Are there any songs that you've written for another artist that you wish you'd kept for yourself?
I was asked this the other day, actually. I reckon the only one that I've regretted signing off on was Tori Kelly, I Was Made for Loving You. This is actually quite good. And then yeah, like I've kind of accepted it now. She sings it amazingly, and I got to feature on the song as well, so I don't really mind that.
You can't really say when she's in the room, actually, I kind of want that for myself, if that's all right. When you've just spent all that time writing.
Yeah, and before we went in, I was like, whatever we write, you can have.
Oh, okay, well then, yeah, you definitely couldn't have done that, could you?
No.
Do you still remember the people who used to watch you sing when you were playing really small stage shows?
Yeah.
Did you have your like regulars that came down?
Yeah, I did, and they still come down. I follow all of them on Twitter.
Yeah.
Like from back when, so yeah, I definitely do.
Patricia, all the way from Poland, says, what is your best souvenir from all your concerts?
A girl called Jen she's made me lots of cool presents, but she made a Monopoly board of my career. Perfect, all the little things as well, and you put rucksacks on instead of houses, and the cards were multiply and plus, not chance and community chest. And every venue, like the big venues were like Wembley Stadium and Madison Square Garden, that was like the Mayfair Park Lane, and then they all kind of went round, and then instead of collecting stations, you collected radio stations, so it was like Capital FM and Z100 and stuff. Yeah, and I play it. I do.
That's
like
ridiculous.
It's like,
Is that the Monopoly board that you own?
Well, no, I've got Catopoly as well, obviously.
So Mike in London, he is asking you, hey Ed, what's your craziest travel memory?
Putting my foot in a boiling geyser, like a 200-degree boiling pool of water up a volcano.
Why did you do that?
I didn't. Like, I was just looking at this little pool and the ground collapsed.
So it was an accident?
Around me, yeah. But it was like, I've never ever felt like I was going to die in my life. Like, it's a really weird feeling. Like, it just collapsed, and like, you know when people say time moves slowly? It was literally like I had, obviously it was like a split second, but in my head I was just like, I'm going to die now. This is really bad.
Well, we've still got
really
you, so that's good.
Yeah, well, I kind of fell in and grabbed it and pulled myself out, and I lost all the skin off the top of my foot. It's pretty traumatic.
Nasty.
But yeah, that I wouldn't recommend ever feeling like you're going to die.
No. Jasmine from Las Vegas, she is asking, who have you met that's left you starstruck?
Corrupt FM, weirdly. I don't know, really. I don't really get starstruck by musicians, but I usually get starstruck by actors and stuff. I was quite starstruck by Robert De Niro. But it was quite weird because my granddad had just passed away, and he had exactly the same mannerisms as my granddad. And
really?
it was a really weird thing where he was kind of like laughing in the same way and kind of putting his arm around in the same way, and just it's
quite a kind of fatherly.
Yeah, I guess so.
Figure,
but I found it really weird because like obviously I'd just been back for like a funeral and stuff like that, and then I kind of was hanging out with someone who embodied. It was very strange.
That's going to be at the forefront of your mind, though, isn't it?
So, very strange.
Yeah. So Adia from Kuala Lumpur, thank you for your question. What is the one thing that people do that annoys you the most?
Complain and be rude. I think the worst thing in the world is being in a restaurant and complaining.
Even if the food's bad?
Just accept it, man, you're there.
I don't like it when my mum does
If you send it back, it's coming back with a bit of someone's poo on it. And that's just, one of my friends caught encephalitis, which I think it's encephalitis, but you catch it from human feces.
Where were you eating?
No, I wasn't there. He was taking the mick out of the guy serving him, and his wife was like, don't do that, he'll do something to your food, and he's like, nah, I'll be fine. And then the food came, he ate it, and he ended up in hospital with a disease you can only catch from human feces. Okay. So, word to the wise, be polite to people.
Have you ever had a paranormal experience, Ed?
Yeah, I have a ghost that lives in my cottage.
Do you know who it is, what their name is, what they look like?
It's a little girl, and she lives on the top floor, and no one will stay in that room anymore. People who clean the house now refuse to clean it. People that have stayed in the room have seen her. She's definitely in there.
So she's negative energy, or they're just scared?
I don't think there's anything wrong with her. But basically, it's a 16th century cottage, and there's a room at the top where they put ill people to die, and there's a trapdoor underneath it, and they would lower it down to the ground floor. And the top room, which is now a bedroom, the girl that cleans it will not clean it alone anymore. And I've had like 3 or 4 people that have stayed in there that have seen the little girl.
Just be nice to people. It'll be fine, wouldn't it?
Just be nice to the ghost. But yeah, no, but like, but it legitimately, like, there is a ghost in there. Okay. And people who would never ever would have ever said they believed in ghosts are like, nah, that's messed up.
I believe you. I'm switched on like that. I believe you.
Yeah.